Okay. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining me for yoga. I'm Heather, and today we're going to focus a bit more on the legs. So, if you want to make sure that you have a belt, if you do have a bolster, we can use that as a prop for underneath the legs. And as well, you might want to grab a couple blocks to place. We're going to start in the reclining butterfly position. So this is the seated one. We're going to start in the lying down one. So if you want to get yourself settled here and get everything you need, you can also, some people really like to lie over the bolster. I forgot my bolster today, so some people like to lie down over top of the bolster here. But you can also place the bolster, pretend this is a bolster here, right underneath the knees to support. That feels really nice. The soles of the feet come together and the knees are wide apart. If you don't have a bolster, you can always just support the legs with a couple blocks here. And just take some time to get comfortable, to see what's going to work for your body today. If you need a little bit more support underneath the legs, you can make sure that the hips aren't feeling that they're stretching too deeply right now. So just a nice gentle opening for the hips and the legs. You can place your hands on your belly and start to connect a bit deeper with your breath. Notice the breath coming in and out, the full cycle, the ebb and the flow. And you're starting to help your breath a bit more, slowing it down, making it nice and smooth and steady by using the Ujjayi breath. So the breath that you can hear. And as you inhale, you can feel the belly sink all the way down to the, feel the breath come all the way down to the belly. And then widening your ribs, you can always place your hands around the middle of your ribs there. Thumbs on the back, fingers on the front. And then slowly release whenever you're ready. So the belly's going to come from the breath is going to come from the belly, widen through the ribs, widen through the middle, come up, pausing and holding the breath for a moment, and then slowly releasing. You can release out through your mouth if you'd like to deepen the relaxation response, your body's ability to let go of anything, not just that physical stuff, but also the mental, emotional tension as well. Take one more bigger breath in, feeling it widen through your ribs, come up gently, softly through the chest. Pausing, holding for a moment, and then fully release. At the end of this release, reaching your arms slowly over your head. Take another big breath in or two, just to really reach and open through your arms, your shoulders, your upper back. And as you exhale this time, releasing your arms, let's slide them down so that they can support the legs. Bring them to the outside of your legs to push your legs back together. Staying on your back for a moment. And just having your belt close by towards you. We're going to you can have it close to you. We'll bring the right knee in towards the chest to start. And if you like, extend your left leg out. That's up to you if you want to extend it out or keep it bent. But if you're extending your left leg out as well, you reach through the heel and you get a bit more of a stretch through that leg too. Circle out through the foot on the right side. Take a few breaths here. And then you can slowly circle through that lower leg. So it's really helping to loosen up the knee. And then you go in the opposite direction. And then we'll circle right through that leg. And you can hold on to the leg. Draw some circles with the knee. Moving through all parts of your hip here. And then going in the opposite direction, you can always go in a smaller circle to begin, and then begin to widen out. Good. Let's switch hands. So, well, my right hand's on the leg. Let's bring the left hand to the outside of the right knee there, and just begin to bring that leg over slightly. You don't have to go into a full twist here. Keep your right shoulder down, right arm extended, just for a bit of a stretch across here. And then slowly coming back to center. And now let's grab hold of the belt, place it on the right foot. And we're going to start with some movement here before we come in and hold the posture, bending and straightening your leg. Okay? So we're bending and straightening at the knee. And you can peek at the video for a moment and just notice how my foot's not really going, it's not going down like this. I'm keeping my sole of the foot pointing up as much as possible and just bending that knee in. And you can do this with your breath. As you inhale, you're bending your knees. You exhale, you're straightening up. You can bend that left leg if you'd like to at this point. That's up to you. And this time, as you exhale and push the leg, push the foot up and straighten the leg, come into your pose here, the one that you're gonna stay in for the next few breaths. And just getting the right amount of sensation opening for that leg. I like to place the belt on the ball of the foot, the place just below the toes. And keep lifting up to the heel. Now to stay with it, follow your breath moment by moment, just breath by breath, staying here now. Noticing all sensations in your body. And then we'll take both ends of the belt in the right hand, and we're going to open that leg out to the side. So careful when you do this, not to lean over with your the back of your body to the right. Try to keep the back of your body centered, anchored, especially through that lower back as you slowly reach that leg out. Opening it out to the side, also extension through the foot again to gently lengthen. You can rest your elbow on the floor. Pause here for a few breaths. With my other side, I forgot to mention that left knee, you can keep it bent. You can even drop that knee out to the left side to help you stay centered. This time as you inhale, slowly rising that leg back up. And we can switch hands on the belt. So left hand, right arm out to the side. This time you probably want to straighten out through that left side, the left leg. We're going to just slightly bring the leg across now. And my right hip will stay down, and I'll just bring that leg slightly across to the left side. Feeling that for the next few breaths. And then you decide how far you want to go but this can sometimes be enough right here. It can be pretty tight in this area along the outside edge of your leg. So you decide how far you go into it. We'll stay here for one more breath. And then when you're ready, slowly rising back up. Legs straight up in the air. This time we'll let the belt go. Keep that leg up, pulling through the heel. Keep pulling out through the heel as you slowly lower that leg down. Once you get to the floor, release both legs for a moment. Take a second or two to notice how it feels from side to side, from the right side to the left side, down through your legs. Okay. And then we'll slowly bring the left knee in. If you want to extend that right leg out, you can. Roll through the foot on the left side. It's really good for joint health to keep those joints lubricated with some nice flowing movements such as this. We're going to do this for the knee now, circling just the lower leg. And then going in the opposite direction. Now we'll take those circles right through the hip. So circling the whole leg, holding onto the leg here, starting off little circles if you wish, and then gradually making bigger ones. And then we'll go in the opposite direction. And then we'll bring the right hand to the outside of the left knee. You can let your left arm go out and just slightly bring that leg. And again, you can keep the left hip down. We don't have to lift up just yet. Keep the left hip down on the mat and bring that leg across to the right. And then we'll slowly come back to center with your belt now, placing it on your left foot. We'll do that movement, bending and straightening. And flow with your breath. As you inhale, you're bending. As you exhale, you're straightening your leg. See if you can make the movement more fluid, flowing. See if you can also find the right place where when we straighten the legs, we're going to straighten the leg right away. And you straighten it just to the right place, and there might be a slight vibration. We're starting to connect to our energy body and starting to flow that energy more through the leg. See if you can find that vibration in the leg with just the right posture. Good. We'll hold for a few more breaths here. When you're ready, we're gonna bring the ends of the belt in the left hand. You can let go to the right side. If you'd like to bend the right knee again and drop that leg out to the right side, bring the left leg over to the left. Anchoring the back of your body where you're in contact with the mat, anchoring it so it stays centered. Take a few breaths here. extending out to the heel. And then slowly come back to center. We're gonna switch hands on the belt, extend out through the right leg, left arm out to the side, just come over to that first place. You can keep your left hip down. Get into some sticky places in the outer leg. And you can pause there just for another breath or two. You can start to go just a little deeper. And then bringing your leg back up to center. Okay, we'll let go of the belt here. Just place it to the side. Keep pulling out through the heel as you slowly lower down. That leg comes all the way down. Just shake both legs out. Flop the feet for just a moment here to really release the legs. Notice if they feel a little bit more balanced from side to side. See if you can feel that vital energy coursing through the leg channels. So we're opening up the leg channels. We're helping to connect more to and flow the earth energy through our body. That connects, that has to do with the root chakra. The root chakra located right at the base of your spinal area, right in front there. And say to ourselves to help further this energy release. All is well, and I am safe. All is well, and I am safe. And everything is happening just as it's meant to happen. And when you're ready, slowly bend both knees again, feeling into your back, your lower back. You can lift up slightly just to come up into a bridge, rolling down your spine vertebra by vertebra to your tailbone. Once you get there, bring your knees in towards your chest. Do a little rock from side to side, helping to massage and open up through your back. And then rolling over onto your side. You can stay down just for a moment. And then bringing yourself up. And we will come just into, we're just going to do one seated posture here. So I'm going to face sideways so you can see me. If you'd like to slide a bit of a cushion underneath to help, if you find that when you sit here in the staff pose that it's hard to sit up straight and tall, maybe there's still a lot of tightness here in the legs, the hips, the lower back. You can sit on a little something just to help align your pelvis so you can sit up straight and tall. You press your hands down into your mat, and that'll help to lift your body, your spine will lengthen, opening the chest, shoulders roll down. Good. This can be enough sometimes just to try the staff Dandasana position. But from here, we're going to bring the arms up, slowly reaching here as you inhale. This is another good pose. We're going to come into a seated forward bend, but if you want to place that bolster underneath the legs or some blocks even, we're just going to hang over. We're not going to go too far, just into a gentle pose here. So you might bend your knees or place that support underneath your knees or your thighs. You could even use your belt if that felt better to keep maybe you need to keep your back more straight and aligned. Sometimes the belt is really nice to work with because you can pull on the ends of the belt. The belt's wrapped around my feet and it helps to align your feet too. And the belt can help you come forward, but stay in a comfortable position for the next few breaths. Good. If you want to go deeper, you can start to fold, but if that's enough for you, maybe there's some lower back issues, feel free to come out whenever you're ready. Okay, so we'll slowly to come out. We can press into the thighs and slowly align back up into that staff Dandasana position. Sitting up nice and tall. And then we'll come out of our seat and we'll come over onto hands and knees. And we'll loosen up through the lower back after that pose. Last one, it can be really nice just to move a little bit more sideways, back and forth through the hips. So just move however it feels good to do so here. I'm rocking my hips from side to side. And also as I rock them to the side, I'm pulling them back towards that foot for a bit of a side stretch as well. You can keep flowing or you can stay a little bit longer. Okay. You can go straight back and you slide your hands forward into more of like a puppy pose, half dog for a few breaths. And the next time you inhale, come up, aligning yourself into the table position for the cat-cow. As you inhale, you're looking forward, and on your exhale, lifting your belly, arching your spine. Continue to flow here with your breath for the next 3 breaths. Feeling into your back from the root right up to the crown of your head. And create one more wave-like movement up your spine. Exhaling, lifting and arching through your back. This time coming up onto your fingertips. And walk the hands in and come into a kneeling position on the face here. And we're going to slide the left leg straight out, balancing your hips here, and then bringing the right arm up and over into a side bend, into the gate pose. Good. Hold this for a couple more breaths. On your next exhalation, slowly release that arm. And we're going to bring that same leg that was out to the side, just bring it forward for a moment into a bit of a lunge. Okay, so I'm just resting in the upper version of the lunge. You can place your hands on your thigh and rock back and forth. Okay, and then we'll come back to center, placing that leg, placing that knee again underneath, extending out when you're ready through the other side. Bringing the left arm up and reach and open and then come over. Good. One more breath here. And then slowly releasing. As you release, bring that foot in, and we're going to slide the foot forward so that you're bending your front knee into a lunge position. Show you sideways here. And if your hips and legs are really stiff, you can flow a little bit, feeling that nice stretch in the back leg here on the left side, opening up through the thigh. And then we'll slowly release that. Come back to center, bringing that foot, knee underneath, curling your toes under. And hang out in the squat for a few breaths. Releasing your lower back. And then come up. We'll come up to standing. You can come into the mountain pose, rock your feet a few times. Rock through from the back of your foot to the front. And then walk slowly right up to the top of your mat on one side. So with the legs, we want to stretch and open them, but also we want to strengthen them too. So we're just going to do a pose now to help strengthen and open the legs. So we're going to come into the chair. Okay, so bending the knees, but bringing those hips back. Knees don't come too far forward. We want to sink back like we're going to sit in a chair. And when you're feeling ready, you can reach your arms back for a moment and then flow them up just to the height that feels right for you. You can pretend you have a ball between your thighs and you're gently squeezing. And then when you're ready, we're going to slowly flow down. So you can reach with your arms, start to gently fold over your legs. You can straighten your legs a little bit, or if you need to, keep them quite generously bent. Up to you here. Next time you inhale, we're going to come up into a half forward bend, upper body parallel to the floor. And then we're going to come down again and step both feet back into a plank position. Strengthening here, you can always come down into half plank if that works better for you. If you want to strengthen your body, one pose that works really well is to lower your whole body slowly onto the mat. So if you feel like, that's not going to work for me today, drop your knees first and then lower yourself. But if you want to try that full pose, you bend your elbows back, slowly lower down right onto your belly. Extend out through your feet and legs as you gently come up into either the Sphinx or the Cobra. And we'll stay here for a few breaths. And then slowly roll down to slide your hands back, pushing into your hands to lift off your belly and pull your hips back. And you can do half dog or full downward facing dog. For this first dog pose of your practice, you can walk the legs out from side to side, paddling the feet. And then your choice, either drop the knees first. We're going to bring the right foot forward. So either drop the knees, come more upright to pull that right foot forward, or you can lift the right leg up, bring the knee in and step that right foot forward. We're going to come back. We're going to come into a standing position slowly. So anchor down through that back leg. Press back with the heel, slowly rise up. And we're in the warrior one position, bending that front knee. Okay. Planting your back. So you can lift up through that back heel for a moment. Come onto the ball of the foot on the left side, on the back side, and then plant your heel down. Plant your left heel down. So try that again. Lift up through your back heel and then plant it down. Good. Once you feel steady here, come up through the arms. So you're rooting your feet down to the earth. And this time as you exhale, come forward, reaching through your arms, bending right in your hip crease, straightening, aligning your spine into a half pyramid position. Planting your feet down, you're straightening both legs. Centering your hips, go right to your tailbone and gently pull back. And then we'll reach down with the arms, come back, stepping your front foot back into plank. Okay. Lower down however you'd like to, onto the belly. If you want to lower it straight down, your whole body comes down. Let go through the legs and the feet. And do Sphinx or Cobra. Opening the front of your body, the chest. Just pulling out gently with your chin, however it feels right for you. Come to your own place. And then lower down. Slide the hands down a little bit more, pressing into the hands to lift off the belly, rising up, either half dog or downward facing dog. Paddle the feet from side to side. Good. Now we can drop the knees, or you can lift that left leg up, three-legged dog, pulling that left foot forward into lunge. So we're going to come upright slowly. You can use your hands on your thigh to position yourself up. And then we're going to lift up to that back heel and then plant it down. And the toes are just slightly angled out to the side, but they're mostly forward on the back foot there. When you feel prepared to stay in the warrior one position, the hips facing forward, reaching your arms up. Find a focal point and just breathe here. You can look up if you feel steady. Help to energize further through your whole body. Reaching for the light. And then slowly we're going to fold at the hips, straightening the legs, pulling the hips back, the tailbone back, coming over into a half pyramid. Keep your feet anchored down. And then slowly begin to release. Bring the arms back up. This time coming up onto your back foot there. We'll step it forward, extending through the arms. You can look up again. The feet are together. And then bring your palms down to your chest. Standing for a moment, integrating that pose flow. We're going to do one more standing pose here. This will be a balancing one. So the dancer position, I'm going to face here. You could always use the wall. If you're at the wall, you can support yourself, or a chair to balance here. We're going to bring the right hand around the right foot. You can also use the belt. So if it's hard to hold on to the foot or reach for the foot that way, you can always use the belt. Okay. Once you feel steady here, you can begin to fold at the hips, but at the same time pushing gently backwards through that foot, reaching forwards with the opposite arm. Okay, we'll hold for one more breath on this side. And then we'll slowly release. Come back to mountain pose before switching sides. When you are feeling steady through the feet, switch. Begin to just bring the weight to the one opposite foot. Find your focal point here again. Keeping your focus, your concentration, which helps you balance. Keeping your mind on one thing. On this moment, this position, and this breath. And come into your dancer's position, pushing gently back to your foot, reaching and extending forward. And always do this one at the wall. Pretend my hand is positioned at the wall, my front hand. It's a lovely way to do that. And then we'll begin to slowly come out of our dancer's pose, balancing here for a moment, and then bring both feet together, hands together in position here. Mountain pose, integration position. And then slowly begin to come down. We'll just sit for a second. For what time do we have here? Yeah, we're just going to sit for a moment. Come into, actually, let's extend the left leg out and bring your right knee bent. So from the side, it looks like this. Bending my right knee, extending out. Again, if you need a little support here to help you sit up nice and tall, sit on a little cushion. Okay, we're going to come into a twist. So if you want, you can also bring that right foot on the other side of the leg. Sit up nice and tall. And then to do a little hip opener, press into that leg. Hands around the outside of your knee, and then push the leg back. Okay, we're going to twist to the right side, reaching the right arm back and hugging that leg with your arm. If you want, you can also bend this left knee, positioning the foot near the right hip. If you want to go deeper, you can bring your elbow to press into that outer leg. But again, finding what works for you, doing what feels good. So you have complete liberty at home and always, hopefully, but just to do what you need to do. Okay, and then we'll slowly unwind from that twist. Extend out through both legs for a moment. Bringing the opposite knee in, planting the foot down. Using your hands, wrapping around that knee and pulling the elbows back, sitting up nice and tall. You can always put that foot on the other side, deciding where you want to be for this twist. Okay, I'm going to bend my other knee again too, and then just pushing a little bit on the outer side there, hands around the outer edge of your knee, pushing across towards the right side with that leg, even before you come into the twist. Give your hips a bit deeper stretch, and then reach your left hand behind you. Start to come into your twist. Helping to wring out any tension from your back. Just always make sure you're sitting up nice and tall, chest open, shoulders back, crown of the head lifts, softening at the jaw, and then slowly releasing back out. All right. Gonna let go of everything now and just come down. You can come down slowly onto your back. Have anything you need beside you for Shavasana. Rolling right down. If you want to do one more pose before you do Shavasana, you might want to do that ankle to the thigh pose, and you can always pause the video if you're doing this at home or doing this on with the recording. You can hold a bit longer. And feel free to do any other poses that come to you here. Okay. So we can do that ankle to the thigh, bringing the legs in towards the chest. Pausing here for a few breaths. Lift that left leg up. Okay, and then we'll switch, releasing that side. When you're ready, bring the other foot onto the thigh. That could be enough there, just to hold it, maybe press into that thigh, push it away from you, or bring your hands behind your right knee, bringing the legs in. And just a reminder to enjoy your take time to just go, oh, this feels good, right? Enjoy being here right now, soaking up, fully absorbing all those good feelings that come from our practice. Helping to find a little more balance throughout your day, so you can release that by practicing yoga, meditation, mindfulness. Find balance. Allowing yourself, again, to just be. And we'll do that now in our Shavasana, finding your favorite, most comfortable position, whatever's going to work best for you today. Relaxing and releasing right through your whole body now. Letting your legs go comfortably heavy. Sinking down. Feeling into your hips and releasing through the hips a little bit more. Letting the backs of the hips sink down. Feel right through from the lower back, right through the mid back, upper back, shoulders. Releasing your arms. Feel from the inside of your torso, feel the breath. Breathe you now, gentle wave-like movement, rising and releasing. Nothing left to do for these next few moments. Again, just let yourself be fully experiencing yourself. A glimpse of more of your truer self when you've let go of everything else. All the holding, the gripping, the tightening, the tensing, the controlling that we do, you start to come into more of the truest sense of who you are. So surrender here and allow yourself to expand. Come deep into your heart center. If you'd like to place your hands there, you can. Soft, soft breaths that you can't hear, but you can feel into your upper chest, or opening and expanding your heart center. Feel it into your upper back, that breath. We can do a little humming on the exhalation, keeping the lips together, but the hum sound as long as you can. Taking that sound right into your heart center. Using the sound as a toning tool, vibrational sound to open and release anything that needs to let go from the heart center. Imagine a glowing light now radiating brightly from your heart center, and you can visualize what color it is. Maybe it's emerald green or rose pink, and it's starting to brighten up right from the core of your body, right from the heart. That light is pure radiance. You can feel the energy of the light. And it's shining right through your whole entire body and past your body into the space around yourself. A beautiful ball of light surrounding your whole body. With that color you chose. You can continue to expand this light into the world, into directing it to whoever you'd like it to go to today, or just the world in general. Maybe it's just your community or your family, or but knowing that your light, your heart can help change the world for the better. It really does make a difference. Bring yourself back to your center. And on your own time, you can slowly reach your arms up, come maybe into a star position with your body, reaching through your arms and your legs. And then just welcoming yourself back slowly, however you'd like to. If you want to stay longer, continue to stay longer. And you can roll over onto your side whenever you're ready. If you're not, again, just stay. We'll come into a seated position. And just hold that space for another few breaths. As you bring yourself back to your heart center, feel that glowing light. Visualize it, but also feel it. If you're doing this in the morning, or you can set the intention for the rest of your day to be filled with a certain quality, creating that intention. End here with one Om, taking a deep breath in together. Om. Namaste. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you again.